Oh yeah, this is the 224 definitely, right? Okay, hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to meet all of you. All right, great, thank you.
No, proper Toastmasters. How is it?
Oh, yeah.
Whether there's one,
Yeah, that's right.
this proper, but this is not proper. Yeah. Like how do you start? How do you start? So this is a good time practice and learn. Like starting from professional.
Yeah,
Okay, you don't actually call ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Like we address each other as Toastmasters and yes.
Okay. Right, okay. Hi, good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the Whampoa Toastmasters 224 chapter meeting. And welcome to the Whampoa Toastmasters, Whampoa Community Club. Right? So we are going to speak on this theme today, which is child in me. Right? The child in me. Okay, we're going to speak on the theme of child in me. So I'm sure you have a child in you, and you will be seeing a lot of children in this this chapter meeting today. So without further ado, let's welcome the president of the day. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm the president. All right. Okay, so I would like to make a quick introduction. So thank you everyone for coming down today, and thank you for the team for putting your effort to make this chapter really work today. So thank you so much again, and welcome to this 224 chapter meeting of Whampoa Toastmasters Club. And today our theme is the child in me. So with that, I wish all the speakers and all the guests and whoever is participating, later on there's a table topic segment also, all the best. Right? So if there's no other questions for me, I would like to pass the time back to the Toastmaster of the day. Hi everyone. Okay, how are you feeling? Good. All right, awesome. Okay, Ken. So today the theme of the chapter meeting is the child in me. So we are going to hear a lot of desires and a lot of wishes and a lot of dreams of little children. Physically, they look like adults, but actually, they are a child inside. There's a child inside of them, right? So, without further ado, let us begin our first segment, which is better speaking segment. In this segment, the speakers will be preparing a speech and speaking for 5 to 7 minutes. But and there's also a speech for which lasts from 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so
people, the audience to push themselves and speak something.
All right, okay, can, sure, definitely. So let us
We have yes, you're from yeah, sure.
Okay, so before we continue, we just want to do a small sharing from each one of the Toastmaster member on the theme of today, which is the child in me. So can I have Alicia to share what are your thoughts about the theme today, child? Thank you.
Well, for me, I think I'm a bit of an overgrown child. I like a lot of childlike activities. Probably when I was younger, I remember I was more of an introvert, so I didn't really fully enjoy my childhood. So now that I'm more grown up, I take the opportunity to also engage in childlike activities, like whenever there's any festivals out there, like the Mooncake Festival, which was recently concluded. I got into the group by making a lantern. And instead of playing around with the kids, I just hung it in my house. So like to enjoy a bit of childlike things and make life a bit more fun. So back to you.
All right. Okay, let us welcome the next speaker, Jay. Right, let's give a round of applause for Jay.
Hi, my dear Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and DTMs. I'm VP for Toastmasters Club, and I came with the idea of the child in me. Why? Because this is the month of Children's Day month, right?
Yes.
I goes on
The 6th of
6th of November. October, sorry. 6th of October. Why I like the child in me is one thing the most I like about the child is the short-lived temperament. They get angry, they fight with a friend, the next moment they are friend again. So the child in me is need to be in this short temperament. And getting angry is common, but it should disappear, vaporize within few minutes. Thank you.
Okay, Jay. Okay, can I have the next speaker to share about the child in me? Can I have Zafrina? Right, let's give a round of applause for Zafrina.
Child in me. Sometimes when we are grown up, we tend to behave like children sometimes. Even if we are grown up, we like certain things, like what children do. Like we would like to play ball, or even if we are in a swimming pool and we are grown adults, we like to go to the nice water fun place and play with water. So everything is for children. Some things can be for adults as well. And sometimes adults, they tend to like children like stuff to have fun. Everybody like take some fun. And when they have fun, they tend to be like a child. Sometimes they play like children or even talk like a child. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes adults have a child sense when it comes to fun. And everybody deserves to have some fun sometimes. Thank you.
Okay, can I invite our guest for today, Mr. Adi, to share? Hi everyone, my name is Adi and I am actually from Pudu Pandan Toastmaster Club. And today, when we talk about like getting in touch with the child in me, I think that's an important thing to do for even for adults, because I think as adults we shouldn't take things too seriously. And for me, career-wise, it's very important for me to always be in touch with my inner child, because I actually produce theater performances for young audience. So this is actually very important, and I'm very excited to see what others will be talking about in their speech when it comes to child in me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we have another guest who is not physically here, but online. So can I invite Giridhar to share about the child in you, Giridhar?
Thank you, Sanjeev. Hi all, Giri here. The child in me would like to do two things in specific. Hope I am audible. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, okay. So the child in me would like to do two things in specific. Once I'm done with my office work every day, at the end of the day, I would suddenly open my tab and start playing chess, whoever is online. So that is something that will help me keep motivated even after my office hours. The second aspect when it comes to the child in me is to not respond to my wife immediately the first time she calls for me. So I wait for her to ask me again on the second or the third time. That sometimes happens to be intentional, sometimes I'm totally involved in the activity, whatever I'm doing. But I enjoy that child in me, that aspect. That's it from me. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much, Giridhar. Okay, Giridhar, I know I should just
Yep.
highlight this point. Just share with everyone also. So when you shared about the second point, regarding the
Yeah.
point, no answering the call, I heard a few giggles in. So I believe they are one of the suspects. All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's common. All right, wait till it's my turn. Okay. Anyway, so can I invite Zapa to share what?
Complete declare.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean like Toastmasters is all about learning, right? So when we are here, we have to lead the class, and then everybody will start clapping. Okay, the child in me is such an irony in life because when I was younger, I want to look older. I want to be among the grown-ups, and I want to feel that I'm grown up. But now that I believe that I'm grown up, I want to be a child. And this is something that I've noticed about myself, even when I go out with my family and we visit relatives and all that. I feel a lot more comfortable with the kids, with the children, because I believe I can be more of myself. So when we are the child in me wants to connect with the child in others because I can be truthful to myself rather than put up a certain kind of act to look grown up. So the child in me is always like trying to come out and say that, hey, be childish, have fun, life is short. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Zapa. All right. Okay, so based on what Zapa shared, I had a thought. We are all we want to be childlike, right? Not only at times. There is the child within us which comes out often, but we tame it and discipline it because we have to act like an adult in the society. So we have to be disciplined, we have to be professional. But sometimes, we can't help it, right? All right, let's act like a child, everyone. Okay. Right, okay. Sorry. Let me control myself. Discipline. Let me invite Srinivasan, to share about the theme for today, which is the child in me. Let's give a round of applause for three. Ramesh, okay.
Actually, I don't know if I can tell that I'm looking at the child in me because coming January, I will be able to withdraw my CPF. So, as such, I don't think I can call myself a child, right? But yes, the child in me, especially for Giridhar, right? When you are trying to ignore your wife, it means you're just newly married or you're in the first 5 or 6 years of your married life. When you cross the 10th year, you will not do that mistake. And if you cross the 25th year like me, you will not even dream of that mistake. Okay? This is just for you, Giridhar. Okay, for the child in me, I think every one of us should behave like a child. Because if we don't have the childlessness in us, we cannot have the curiosity about everything that happens around us. And it is that curiosity that is going to drive us to learn about what's happening around us, what is going to make a difference in us. So I think every one of us should try and connect with that child within us because within us there's always a child. But the only problem is we tend to put so much of rubbish on top of the child that we bury it within ourselves. So if you are able to clear away the rubbish and then bring that baby out, I think you will really enjoy life. And I think as I'm growing older, right, I find myself that I can laugh at a lot of things which I previously couldn't laugh at. Like when I see children doing stupid things, I enjoy that rather than I tell them it's stupid. I don't tell them it's stupid nowadays because I think as you grow older, you become more childish. So yeah, that is something that I think we should learn to connect with our child. And most of it, I think, is because, like I said, right, we throw all sorts of rubbish in our life into ourselves and we cover that baby. and then that maybe after some time refuses to talk to you because you put so much of rubbish that it doesn't want to talk to you. So that is something that we should learn. Back to you.
Okay, so if you want to clear the rubbish in you, please invite you to help clear the rubbish. Okay, so I would like to invite last but not least Ramesh to share about the theme for today, the child in me. Let's welcome Ramesh.
Am I audible?
Yes, yeah, you're audible.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm Ramesh, member in Whampoa Toastmasters Club. And what is child in me? So on two occasions, child in me gets exhibited. Number one is when I play or speak with my younger one, I become more childish because my elder one is very much grown up. I can't be more childish to him because he keeps advising me. But at least younger one, yes, still, whenever I speak or play with him, I become more childish. And the second occasion is like I used to listen to, I really love to listen to retro music. So when I listen to retro music, it reduces age by several years. I go back to the old memory. So I remember those old memory, those olden days, memorable days. I used to call my one of my old friend. We used to chit chat. So that's how I enjoyed the child in me always. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Right, thank you so much, Ramesh. Okay, so the lesson for today is listen to your favorite old music, and that will help you turn back time. Right? Okay, so thank you so much. And before we start the first segment, which is the prepared speech segment, we would like to just simply, because this was told by the president, and the president told me to do this, and I'm doing this right now. So I would like to know whose birthday is on October. Oh. Okay, anyone online? Your birthday.
What was the question?
Your
What was the
birthday.
question?
Your birthday is on October. Whose birthday?
Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi,
Who?
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. All right. Okay, let's wish Mahatma Gandhi a happy birthday. Okay, let's sing a happy birthday song for Mahatma Gandhi. No? Yes. Really?
But he's already there.
So, yeah. So we will keep it.
As he's very no, to my best of knowledge, Mahatma Gandhi was never walked so much.
Oh, okay, okay. Right, okay. No, it's right. So anyway, let's begin our first segment for today, which is the prepared speech segments. So prepared speech segment is where better speaking happens. And for that segment, we're going to invite DPM Alicia Chia Ho Lee, who's going to share on the title, Never Say Never. But before we invite Alicia, DPM Alicia Chia Ho Lee, I'm going to share a few things or few details about Alicia. So DTM Alicia Chia loves to grow herself. She aspires to harness the growth mindset to fulfill her full potential. She is the PR chair for annual convention 2023 and was the division S trainer district 18 from 2020 to 2021. So SOC Gen TMC mentor 2019 and Pathways Guide District 18 in 2017 and 2018. She is currently the BPPR at Singapore International Toastmasters and SAA at Whampoa Toastmasters Club. So that is a mouthful. So with that, let's welcome DTM Alicia Chia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we are, Haja Zafarullah SR1 is going to evaluate. Is going to evaluate Alicia Chia, DTM Alicia Chia, on the speech of Never Say Never.
This is not part of any of the pathway projects. So I'll be evaluating Alicia based on the speech development, the speech techniques, physical as well as the voice and the appropriateness of speech. All the best. The timing is
3 to 5.
3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes.
Apologies, because of last minute changes. So what happened is when I was shifting the name, I forgot to shift the time sequence. Okay. So now Alicia has 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5.
Okay, 3,
3, 4,
3,
5.
3, 4, and 5. The rest is all 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. So
3 to 4, 5. I will do it.
Okay, let's give a round of applause again for DK and Alicia here.
Pastor, Mom, I just had a heavy dinner and I was lying on the sofa resting. Girl, you better quickly pack your things and take the last and go and take your bus. Otherwise, you miss the last bus. And also, don't forget to pick up the packed food for your lunch tomorrow. How can I do without you? And so I walked towards the bus stop and was about to take the bus when I saw the last bus leaving. And what could I do? I turned back and headed back home again. And when I reached home, I took out my old bike from the storeroom, started cleaning and pumping the tire. And Mom said, "Girl, are you sure you want to cycle back home? It's already so late." Mom, don't worry. I've cycled many thousand times back home. It's only 1 hour journey. So there's nothing to worry. Nothing will happen. I bid farewell to Mom and off I rode with the packed food on the bicycle handle. I was cycling and trying to burn out all the excess fat I ate during dinner. And then, 3/4 way, I saw a side road which could take me back home and shorten my journey. I could reach home by 10 minutes earlier instead of 1 hour. So I decided to detour. What can happen? It's only 10 minutes, I told myself. But the side road was pitch dark. And my bicycle only had the headlight and the backlight. But nevertheless, I still cycled. When I was about to reach the end of the side road, just 5 minutes, suddenly a reptile appeared in front of my bike. But I jam brake, but couldn't stop in time. And I crashed against the reptile. My whole body was thrown off the bike as I landed flat on my face on the ground. My face hurt, my chest hurt, my legs hurt. It took me a while to turn over, and I could only see the starry nights up in the sky before I blanked out. Luckily, within seconds, a white car came, and 2 men in white came to resuscitate me. Wait. I opened up my eyes. And suddenly, I was transformed into the phoenix. Just as the phoenix got burned into ashes, the phoenix will fly up again from the ashes. Then out of the blue, I heard a familiar voice calling out to me. Girl, wake up! You have been asleep on the sofa for 2 whole hours.
All right, okay, let's give a round of applause. Good job. Okay. Right, thank you very much for Alicia, DTM Alicia, to have given a great speech. So next, we are going to invite Adi Jamaluddin, right? Adi Jamaluddin to give his speech on Let's Communicate. So before we introduce Adi Jamaluddin to the stage, I'm just going to share a few details about it. Adi produces theatre performances for young audience. Currently, he is trying to work on his anxiety when speaking in public spaces. So, Adi, you are in the right place. You can come here and enjoy your speech and do not worry about your anxiety, all right? Because we are warmly welcome you to give your speech. But before we invite Adi Jamaluddin again, I would like to share, tell you who his evaluator is. Ramesh. Ramesh is the evaluator. No,
I'm evaluated for Zafrina.
Okay, Ken. So the evaluator for Adi Jamaluddin TM2 is Sanjeev Balan. So Sanjeev Balan will be sharing. Sorry. So Sanjeev Balan will be sharing doing the evaluation for Adi Jamaluddin. So can I have Sanjeev Balan, please? Yes. All right. Okay, so the purpose of the title of this speech is Let's Communicate, and the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication style and identify his primary style. And also the purpose is of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his style on others. So without further ado, let us put our hands together to welcome Adi Jamaluddin. Right. Thank you.
One slide, right?
I have one slide.
Oh,
okay.
Simplify. Okay, good. Because I was going to show PowerPoint.
No worries. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Growing up, I will always get into trouble with my parents, and my parents will always scold me whenever they receive the report cards. Every year, I will get into trouble. Not because I did very well for not because I did very badly for my examination. In fact, every year I will always be placed in the top 10, not in class, but in the whole level of my cohort. But my parents will always be not very happy because in my report card, under the remarks section, the teachers will always say, Adi could have done better if he had paid more attention in class and not daydream. Different teachers, same remarks. So I'm always wondering, why is it that I always have such short attention span? In fact, whenever I talk to somebody, when that person says, hi, my name is Steve, for example, and I am, anything comes after the word I am ... my brain will automatically play a song. Why do birds suddenly appear? And then I will not be able to register whatever they said after the word I am. So I'm like, okay, this is a problem and I need to find a solution. So one of the techniques that I tried was the nod and smile technique. So I'll just go. But in my head, it'll be like, yes, that was what happened. And it wasn't very effective because my teacher will always ask me, Adi, you seem to be very quiet. Do you have any question? And I'll go, no, everything's clear. And they were like, good, then we have a question for you. So along the years, I decided, okay, I need to develop something else, which is to try the COC method. Confuse or convince. If you can't convince, you confuse them. By how? By answering their questions in an overly dramatic manner. So this is how I developed this over dramatic way of speaking till now. But it still didn't help me to really answer my lifelong question, which was, why is my, attention span so short? Then in May 2023, I joined Toastmasters Club, to work on my anxiety as I speak in public spaces. And 2 weeks ago, I came across a module in level 2 of presentation mastery. It is on understanding your communication style. So during this module, I will have to answer some questions in the survey, and then they will prescribe me my communication style. So in that survey, at the end of the survey, I got to know that my communication style is the initiative communication style. And when I read the descriptions, I was like, aha, I totally agree with this. It reads, speaker will always speak in a very enthusiastic manner, in a fast-paced manner, and in a very passionate manner. And I was like, aha, aka dramatic. And then they also say, speakers tend to be impulsive. And I was like, yes, that's definitely correct. You will see that when you bring me to an Apple store or the Zara store. And then finally it said, speaker tend to be seen as someone who talks more than listens. I was like, bingo, that is why I'm like that. I'm just built that way. And I was like, okay, but how do I make this work for me? So I continue reading up online and they say, in order for me to flourish, I need to find a work environment where there are a lot of speakers with direct speaking style or direct communication style. Because direct speakers tend to be very structured and efficient, which means they would have summarized their thoughts before they speak to you. So before I could even start playing Why Do Birds, they are already done with whatever that they need to say. So I was like, okay, that's good, that's good. And they also mentioned that I need to try and avoid or minimize my communication with a supportive communicator. Because supportive communicator, they tend to be slow and steady, which means really, really slow. And they are known to be indecisive. So if you were to put me with a bunch of supportive communicators, after 2 hours, after playing the whole album of Mariah Carey in my head, we will still not arrive at any form of conclusion. And the whole meeting will just drag on and on and on. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And if I were to ever come across people with like an analytical communication style, they suggested that I should try to take brief pauses in between, interject some questions about the things that this analytical communicator has said. So I could either paraphrase, ask questions. In this way, those communicators will feel like, oh, our analysis has been very useful and he understands what we are saying. And for me, I stop myself from playing the soundtrack in my head, and it's a win-win situation. So okay, this has been very, very useful. So thanks to Toastmasters, I finally discovered my communication style and how I can communicate better with other type of with other communicators with different styles of communication. Back to you, Toastmasters. Maybe we are the same style. Thank you.
Okay, Ali Jamaluddin gave a great speech on communication, and we understand that he has an initiative communication style.
Yes.
Right, okay. Yes, he has to drink water. I understand it was an exhausting moment, but you did a great job, Ali. Let's give Ali a round of applause. Oh, sure.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Right, okay. So let's welcome the next speaker. Okay, next speaker is Nur Zabrina. Okay, Nur Zabrina, let me give some introduction about Nur Zabrina. Okay, EHL3 Project 1. Her title for her speech today is Winning is Only Half of It, Fun is the Other Half. Alright, so a few introduction about Sabrina is she's a graduated student from IT College Central from Interior and Exhibition Design course and has been taking a gap year and working part-time jobs. She's also a baker at home. She bakes, right, and for gatherings and parties. So I wish she also bakes for me, not us, for me, right? So and without further ado, I would like to introduce the evaluator for Nur Sabrina also. So the evaluator is none other than Ramesh Sudhawanan, DL1. Ramesh is an IT professional working in BlackRock. He believes in and follows the quote, always action speaks who you are. He loves to make more friends, being a good entertainer among friends and be it informally and or formally. So let us invite Nur Zabrina to share a speech on winning is only half of it, fun is the other half. Oh yeah, right.
Let yeah. Let me read the objectives for this project. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. And the speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Right, thank you, Ramesh. Let's welcome Nur Zabrina.
Good afternoon, fellow podcasters. I am in to let you all on a little secret. My diary. My diary, very private. My sister likes to take a sneak peek. I would like to share with you one incident from my diary. But only one, because my diary is still private. I think this is a good practice for everyone. There was a time where my relatives, we were out on a nice, fun excursion, a vacation, and we wanted to unwind. My relatives and my close cousins, we went out and to have some fun outside. That venue was Sentosa. At Sentosa, I'm pretty sure all know that there is a go-karting race. So my close cousins and I, we wanted to go to Sentosa and have fun at the go-karting race. A part of me was very excited and happy, but also a part of me was very competitive. I wanted to win the race. I just every single time I go for racing, I always want to be first. Whenever I get second place, I get a bit upset inside my heart. But nobody sees that as it's all inside us. A part of me is always very competitive. When the go-karting race started, I was feeling really competitive and I started to speed fast in my go-karting path. I was going really fast. The go-karting was going really fast and I could hear the road trembling as I drove real fast. And I remembered my advice that my father gave me not to speed as it could be dangerous. To not speed as the speed of the go-kart could split your heart. In the competitive mind, I didn't listen to the advice at first, but then I realized that I should always be cautious even though that I'm really competitive and I want to win the race. I was all in the game and I wanted to be first place. And I was really careful at the same time I was still wanting to go first place. And I saw my close cousins driving past me. I wanted to chase them, but also I wanted to be careful as I didn't want to get injured. It's better to be injured than to be last in place or second place. In the end, I was second place. I wasn't first place. I realized that actually I don't have to be that competitive. I can just have fun, have a fun mind, and at the same time win. Some winners, they even give up their winning for others. For those who are injured and can't make it to the finish line, they give up their win. So it's not really about winning, also about having fun. You don't have to be too strict about it. A few years later, my relatives and also my close cousins, they all went to Batam. We were in a hotel and we were going out. And one day, we wanted to go out and have fun games. We wanted to have some games to play with instead of going to shopping or going dining. So we all took the van and we drove to an arcade place. So that arcade place had a lot of games. One of the games was go-karting, and I didn't realize that we were going to a go-karting area or they had go-karting the first place. So I only realized it was go-karting as I got there. And I told myself, wow, I'm going to be really competitive. Okay, I'm trying to relax my mind here. Remember what I said to myself, I want to have fun. So I just remembered that I want to have fun. And I was really much calmer, helping my cousins with putting on their helmets. I stayed really calm and it was much fun to stay calm instead of competitive serious mode. We drove in the go-kart and we were having fun. It was a go-karting in Batam. So we were having fun and I also was having fun. And I realized it's much easier to have fun and not be competitive all the time. I still came in second place. But was I sad? No, I was happy that I could be calm and relaxed. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Pankaj.
Right, okay. So I learned something from Sabrina that we can learn to be less serious and have more fun. That way, you can have a better activity, better mental state, and also a better health because you have less stress. All right. So thank you, Sabrina, for sharing. So next, we would like to invite the next speaker, who is going to speak on PM Level 3, Project 3, Age of Cryptocurrency. This is exciting. I would like to hear about this definitely. And he's none other than Giridhar Medical, PM3. Okay, let me share a bit about Giridhar. Giridhar Medical hopes to see out, hopes to learn all that life can teach. He aims to bring the best out of whomever he interacts with. He is the immediate past president of PLCS Bilingual TM Club. He has been a Toastmaster for 6 years now. So before we invite Giridhar Medical to speak, we would like to invite, I would like to let the evaluator to share the timing sequence for speech by Giridhar. Srinivasa.
Hi. The project requires the speaker to practice and deliver a project speech with the skills required to connect with an unfamiliar audience. So the project speech is about 5 to 7 minutes time. All the best to the speaker, Giridhar. Back to you.
Cryptocurrency.
Who's the timer?
Alicia.
Alicia, you will be showing a board?
Yeah, we will show the
Color
virtual screen for you.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So you can
Yeah.
pin the timer.
Yellow, green, red. So I have.
Okay.
You can pin us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it is green, yellow, and red because the
Yeah,
sequence was.
I happened to press the wrong one. Sorry.
Okay.
In Alicia. Okay, shall I get started, Alicia? Okay. Hi all. Cryptocurrency. I'm sure pretty many would have heard this term cryptocurrency. Before I jump into the details of the whole technology or the stuff about cryptocurrency, I want to start with the term decentralization. What exactly is decentralization? Why cryptocurrency has become so popular in the recent times? Decentralization, as the term suggests, is decentralization. It means opposite to centralization. So what exactly is the opposite to centralization? So when we talk about any organization, corporate world, or any industry for that matter, which runs in a centralized aspects, if you were to take Singapore currency, Singapore dollar and Indian currency, for example, Indian rupee is organized and is monitored and controlled by a Reserve Bank of India, which is a central authority. Whereas decentralization is something, it is not controlled by any central authority. It is controlled by the algorithm itself. It has set some rules and regulations and it follows just the rules and regulations. It is not controlled by any government, any country or any world in the world. For a good example of that is a business head who has chains of restaurants under the same brand and is actually trying to manage each branch within the same brand. The business head decides that each branch would like to make their operations running, be it the sales, the profit, losses, whatever it happens, leave it to the business branch heads, such that the branch heads themselves can take the decision as to what to show it in the menu, what are the timings, so that it suits to the local community. That way, the decision making is so faster because every decision need not to be relayed to the business head at the central authority. And also there is a lot of promoting the growth in this aspect because when the business head publishes in the magazine month-on-month sales of each branch would like to actually become on the top and get some bonus in return when they see that one branch is performing better than the other. This is the whole concept of decentralization. And the underlying technology for cryptocurrency is blockchain. So blockchain is a ledger technology which is used when dealing with cryptocurrency related transactions. So what exactly is the advantage of using blockchain? So blockchain or cryptocurrency, unlike fiat currency like Singapore dollar and Indian currency, is only used within that country. And if you have to buy any product or service that is being exported from Singapore in America or any other country, first you have to convert that currency into their local currency and use that product or service. As a result, you have to do a lot of currency conversion and a lot of transaction fees incurred. Unlike that, the cryptocurrency coin is actually used across the globe if it is actually used in real time. They use the same coin, same currency, and it has same value across the globe. So as a result, it has a worldwide usage. And two, it is pseudonymous in nature, meaning any transaction that I make from my account to your account, if I have the transaction ID with me, there are websites where I put in the transaction ID and it will tell you clearly what is the transaction made, when it was made, with what amount, and it knows whether it's a valid transaction or not. And if I have to make, let's say, $2 million, and if I have to actually make a $2 million in an Indian currency or a Singapore dollar currency, the government might want to actually look into the details. How did you get so much funds? Where did they come from? And a lot of scrutiny happens in the process. But in cryptocurrency, it's not like that. It's all validated by crypto validators in the algorithm itself, and it takes care of actually validating the validity of the transaction. And it makes the transaction itself as private so that you can lead a little private and not so public life for that matter if you don't want to reveal your net worth and assets. Moving on, there is no inflation or deflation when it comes to cryptocurrency. Means that, for example, in India, if you every year the value of Indian currency has an inflation of 6% on an average, which means the value of Indian currency goes down by 6% every year. And this is controlled by the Central Reserve Bank of India, which is a central authority. As a result, and I'm not sure about the Singapore currency, but India actually incurs that kind of inflation, and pretty many countries out there have their currency value going through this rate of inflation. With that said, this blockchain or crypto coin does not have any inflation or deflation aspect controlled by some central authority. It is all controlled by the pure demand and supply of the cryptocurrency in the market. How many of them are actually using the currency for the regular needs or any business purposes for that matter. And moving on, I would like to focus more on, since a lot of audience in here is Singapore, why exactly Singapore should focus on cryptocurrency. The first aspect of Singapore is that Monetary Authority of Singapore actually is spread about a platform called OpenCert. They tied up with a bunch of educational institutions. They started, I think, one or two educational institutes within Singapore, where they're validating the digital certificates of the students to make sure whether they are a valid student, they passed out in which year, what are their credentials, and all that stuff, which are validated using this OpenCert platform, which is actually built on top of blockchain as the underlying technology. And there are a lot of other use cases that comes with the blockchain. And Singapore government, Monetary Authority of Singapore, has also made sure that all the people who are starting their own business within Singapore under the blockchain technology as their core platform or technology, they are easing the way of doing the business. Although also the process of onboarding establishing their new branch in the Singapore premises. So these are two aspects that I see. And the third aspect, when I compare Singapore with India, why Singaporeans should focus a little more on cryptocurrency or blockchain, is that the tax on capital gains. In India, if I have to invest in any financial instrument and if I get any profit, on that profit I have to pay a tax. We have two types of taxes, short-term capital gain and long-term capital gain, which is typically 10% or 15% respectively. But in Singapore, there is no tax on profit. That is mind-blowing. I mean, it's not just for crypto for that matter, it is for any financial instrument. So if I were you, I would definitely would like to understand more details about what exactly is cryptocurrency and blockchain, why it is becoming so much famous, and in the near future, how exactly it is going to revolutionize your business industry, your workplace, or the place you're working at, and see how you can incorporate that into your daily life. With that said, I would give a bid farewell and thank you. Over to the Toastmaster.
Okay, let's give a round of applause once again. So, definitely, cryptocurrency is the biggest trend or craze, or maybe it's not the trend or craze only. Maybe it's something which is going to, like what the builder says, is revolutionize the current currency we have right now. So, whatever it is, thank you so much, builder, for sharing with us this awareness of this new digital coin for cryptocurrency. So, without further ado, let's go to the next segment. Oh yeah, the next segment is the timing. Okay, the timing sequence is going to share by the timer's report. Yeah, timing sequence is going to share by the timer. Timer's sequence. Timer's report. Right. Okay, all right. Let's give numbers. Okay, all right. Can you okay, all right.
Very good evening, very good afternoon to Club President, Toastmaster of the Day, members and guests. Everybody spoke very well. In fact, everybody spoke within the time limit. The first speaker, which is DTM Alicia Chia, myself, she spoke for 4 minutes and 48 seconds. The next speaker, Toastmaster ID Jamaluddin, PM2, spoke for 6 minutes and 19 seconds. Then the third speaker, Sabrina, EH2, she spoke for 7 minutes and 12 seconds. And finally, our last speaker, who's online, Toastmaster, Greta Matika, PM3, spoke for 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So everybody qualified, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Okay. Okay, let's do a voting right now for the speaker, best speaker.
This is our just explain to you all safely inside this box. Okay. And associated with the key. But now remember where the key is not here.
So can can just message to me. My number. You
Message or why don't you just write down? Except for
For the online people.
online people, they can just give a PM to this to Alicia Cha's Zoom,
To the Zoom
Right.
master.
to the name Alicia Cha. Just give a PM, personal message, and then we'll accumulate from that.
Thank you.
Ramesh?
You need a pen. You got a pen?
Ramesh, are you there?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, you can give me a PM. Or
Just send to the Alicia Chia.
Yeah.
Just put one.
Now.
Send to PM to this Alicia
yeah,
Chia.
yeah, yeah.
The other guy, see the contact.
Yeah, he sent. Okay, Ramesh, you can give a PM.
Yeah, done.
What's that? PM ready? I didn't receive
Yeah.
any.
I didn't. I did it in WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp who's for me? Is it on to my
Yeah.
contact?
Yeah. Yes. Correct. Yes. You received it, right?
Okay, so we are going to go to the next segment. The next segment is the better thinking segment, the tabletop topic segment. Is where this segment is where you're gonna think on your feet, all right, and just going to share within 1 to 2 minutes. So for that segment, we're going to have Srinivasan, PM3, to share with us on the topics. So let's welcome Srinivasan.
Okay, this is the segment where we learn impromptu talking skills. And like I always say, just imagine you're going into the lift, you're working on the 4th floor, and your CEO comes into the lift with you. He's going to the 6th floor, and he asks you, "Hey, Srinivasan, how do you like working for this company?" And you open your mouth, and what you say for the next 30 seconds will determine your future in that company, right? So thinking skills are very important, and impromptu speaking skills are also very important. That's why Toastmasters has this segment where we call it as table topics, where you're given a topic and you're given about 30 seconds to think about it, and then you can speak for, against, or anything about it which you want. Or sometimes you're even allowed to speak totally out of context. Nothing connected to this topic also can be spoken, right? So the timing sequence is 1 to 2 minutes. At the first minute, we have the green light. At the second minute, we have the yellow light. At the 1 minute 30 seconds, we have the yellow light, and then at the second minute, we have the red light, and you have 30 seconds to wrap up. Okay. Actually, I had prepared a very nice PowerPoint and everything, but today we are having some technical glitches. Since we have some technical issues, we are just going to go with the topics that I will be reading out. So my mentor is here. Excellent. Okay. So can we have like volunteers? Favorite topics, volunteers? Who wants to volunteer? Murthy sir? Okay, later on. Okay. Adi?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Adi? Okay, my topics are all based on children. Because it's about the inner child in us, right? So I'm not giving any choices. We're just going to go by number 1, number 2, number 3. You're the first speaker, so the first choice is children are not things to be molded, but they are people to be unfolded. Children are not things to be molded, they are people to be unfolded. Okay? Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. A lot of times when parents come to me and ask me about their children, one of their favorite questions would be, how is my child doing in class? And then they will move on to prescribing, I want my child to do this. They are literally trying to mold their children into somebody they perceive as someone to be successful. And this is something that I've always been keeping quiet about for 1 or 2 years in my career. And then 2 years ago, I came across a report. It's by this writer called Kirk, and he said that children, they usually have their area of expertise already. It's just a matter of like helping them to uncover this area of expertise. So in that sense, children are not meant to be molded. They are just supposed to be helped in a way that they can identify, oh, this is my area of expertise and I should move towards that. So these days, whenever parents come to me and say, Adi, I want my children to be like this on stage, I will be telling them, let's identify what are their strengths and we work with that. And only then will they be able to look good on stage when they perform for their peers. Back to you, Toastmaster, for the day.
Can I have the second volunteer? Alicia? Okay. Okay, the next topic for Alicia is a child is a beam of sunlight from the infinite and eternal. A child is a beam of sunlight from the infinite and the eternal. From God, love, basically. Okay.
A very good afternoon to Club President, Toastmaster of the Day, members and guests. I'll not repeat the title because it's such a long time. But how many of us here have children? Okay, 1, 2. Okay, the rest of y'all, I guess you are single just like me. So it doesn't matter whether you have children or no children. I just wanted to have a feel of who has more direct experience having children. But even those singles who do not have children, they also can have a feel of children because if their brothers or sisters have children, their uncles, and nieces, and possibly they might be like me. I have a sister, but she doesn't have children. So the only reference I have is my nephews and nieces, which are from my cousins, and myself, who is a child of God. So whether you are a child that is whichever race, Malay, Indian, Eurasian, Chinese, you are child of God. So you are the lightness, and definitely there's no darkness because children are the most innocent and pure. Okay? That's why you hear a lot of adults saying, oh, I wish I was still a kid, because when you're adult, you see the darkness and ugliness. So my dear fellow Toastmasters, it is all right if you have childlike qualities. It's all right if you don't have children, but always remember the child in yourself is the light of God. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else wants to volunteer from here or online? Okay, Giridhar. Okay, Giridhar, your topic. Children are the living messages we send to a time we will never see. Okay, I repeat. Children are the living messages that we send to a time that we will never see.
Understood. Do you have the timer? Will you shift the laptop?
Yeah, I will turn the laptop and then Alicia is still our timer. Can you see Alicia?
Yep, yep. Okay.
Yeah. That's okay. I wanted to see. Okay.
I mean, what are the things?
Oh, shouldn't place it on here?
Okay, okay, no need so high, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get started. Thank you, Shivansan, for the topic. I totally agree with your message that the children are a living embodiment for the message that we want to transfer to a time that we will never see, because children are somebody who will exactly reflect what we do in our daily life, how do we speak, what actions we say, and what kind of ethics or the principles that we embody in our day-to-day life. And once we do that, and once we are through in our time, and after our time, it is our children who are going to carry our principles, messages, or the ethics that we have nurtured or transferred to them to the time that we will never see. So it completely makes sense to say that we are going to transfer our honesty, truthfulness, integrity, or any other principles for that matter to our children, and they are going to spread the good deeds and the messages about what we have done or what we have impacted positively around us into this world. So I totally agree to that topic, saying that our children are going to be somebody who is going to not just transfer ethics and principles, but also the extend our lineage in the coming times ahead. Thank you, and over to Toastmaster.
Okay. Thank you. Next one. Anyone? Volunteers? Okay. So for you. Last. Okay, Zafar, your topic is children see magic everywhere because they always look for it. I repeat, children see magic everywhere because they always look for it. What do you?
Children are a gift. Not everyone gets the gift, but those parents who have kids, children, they know that it's a great gift. But we also know that each and every one of us, there's a child in us. We can all see the magic. As we grow up, we get confused with the world and we may lose that magic. As I saw my children growing up, not sure about how much they see the magic, but definitely for us, for me as a parent, I saw the magic. After a long day's work, and you're feeling really, really, really drained and tired, and sometimes at workplace, you feel that you are neglected, and when we get back home, we get energized. That's the magic. As the children come running after us, Papa, it's like there is still someone out there who still values you. That's the magic. And I got that magic from the child, from our children, from my children. So I'm not sure how much the children are the magic, but the children are definitely a magic, has been a magic for me in my life. And when we feel that, what is the purpose of me being here? What is the purpose of me living? The children create the magic. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Okay. I think we will stop it. Can I have the timers report for the table topics, please?
Sure. Everybody spoke very well. The first table topic speaker, Adil Jamaluddin, PM2, he spoke for 1 minute and 39 seconds. The next speaker, very old Alicia Chia, DTM, she spoke for 1 minute, 57 seconds. The third table topic speaker, Yorida Matikal, PM3, he spoke for 1 minute, 18 seconds. And finally, the last table topic speaker, Toastmaster Zafar SR1, spoke for 1 minute and 50 seconds. So everybody spoke within the time limit and they qualify for voting. So remember, not vote for the most pretty female, there's only one. Neither do you vote for the most handsome guy, but the best table topic speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia, for the recommendation.
Yeah, remember, it's not the most beautiful or the most handsome one or the one with the most hair, So it's one who spoke really well, okay? So give it for the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Hey, maybe you should write the numbers and the name there on the board so that everyone can.
I'm extremely sorry, Mr. Ramesh. No whiteboard marker available in this classroom. Today was very troublesome because our regular room is taken by someone. Even our standby room is taken by someone. So they gave us this classroom which doesn't have anything.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you. If you have trouble remembering the names, I will message you personally.
All right, okay. Okay, now we are going to go into the project evaluation straight away. Yeah, we are going to skip the refreshment break right now, and because we're going to end this, we have to end this earlier due to some commitment which some of us have. So let us go into the project evaluation. So the first evaluator is going to be Alright, okay. The first evaluator is going to be Hajar Jafarullah for the speech shared by Alicia Chia from the ETM on Never Say Never. So a bit of about Zafar. Zafar started his Toastmasters journey with the Linky Toastmasters Club, along with Toastmasters Orange Square. He was instrumental in setting up Whampoa Toastmasters Club. He is a strong believer of the values and benefits of Toastmasters and has remained with the club to help other new members to grow the Toastmasters Club and other Toastmasters. So without further ado, let us invite Hajar.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Never say never. Alicia came here to tell us a story. Today I'm going to evaluate her speech on how her speech development was and what are the techniques that she used in her speech. and how her physical as well as her vocal variety and the appropriateness for the audience that we have here today. She came here to tell us a story, or at least to narrate an incident between herself and her mother. And then she was out to get back home to realize that she has lost, or rather she has missed the last bus. And she came back, dusted off the bicycle at home so that she could take the ride. And she told us continuously that I've done this many times. When her mother showed a lot of apprehension, you really want to go out there and do cycling at this time, at this hour? In terms of her speech, it was very clear how developed the story from the home, why she ended up taking the bicycle ride, and what happened in the ride. She did tell us very clearly that she was very confident and brave taking the bicycle ride at that time of the hour, and the mishap that happened, no thanks to the reptile that came across. And she was sharing with us that never say never. She had a fall. She said she blacked out, and what she could see was the stars in the sky. For a moment, I was thinking that she was seeing stars around her, but no, it was the stars in the sky. Alicia, you are a very confident speaker. You are very comfortable standing here in front of the audience and narrating the story. And also, you showed very clearly the conversation between yourself and your mother. Right? So you had the character played out very well. But some of the things that I felt could have been improved is, where was the story leading up to? You left it in a hang, at least for me. So was there really a bicycle ride that took place? Did you really fall flat on your face? Or was it all a dream? And for me to relate the story with the title, and that got me scratching my head too. Never say never what? Never say never on the sofa. Never say never run over a reptile. Or never say never listen to your heart. You're a confident speaker. Tidy up these contents, and I'm sure I'll never say never again that you are a winner. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, so that was a good evaluation by Haja Zafar Hajarullah.
Who's that? Okay. Let's just start off.
All right. Pause here. Now, I'm going to invite the next.
Is it another pause? Now you another pause.
Sorry.
The next
Let's
evaluation.
go on to the next evaluation speaker,
Yes.
who is going to evaluate the speech by Adi Chaudhary, who spoke about lens communication. So anyway, to introduce this speaker is none other than Sanjeev Balan, who's standing right in front of you. Sanjeev Balan is an individual who strives to reach for his own definition of success, especially with the empathy which he learned along his journey of life. That is also an important skill to develop to an understanding society where everyone supports each other to success. Joined Toastmasters in 2020 with the encouragement of an awesome soul and was appointed to be the Vice President of Education next term. This term, he has been appointed to be the President of the club, trusted to journey along with 8 success. In this journey, he has learned leadership, communication, and network. So then let's welcome Sanjeev Bala. Okay, hi guys, everyone. Okay, I'm going to invite Adi Kamaluddin to give a great speech. So let me begin. So Adi, tell me, what do you feel about the speech you just gave?
I think in terms of the introduction, I was trying to work on the introduction and trying to shorten it. I think I managed to do that because previously it was like by the time the lights turn green, I would still not be done with the introduction. So that was my main concern. And the next thing that I was concerned about was wait. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Adi, for sharing. And precisely, Adi did a good job to keep it short, concise, and sweet. His tonality was good. Did go high, go low, especially when he sang the song.
Close to you.
Close to you, right? Okay. So when he sang the song, it was like melodious. It went up, it went down, and a lot of tonality, a lot of ups and downs, right? And that is a great thing. And you also gave a lot of gestures. You shared with us a lot of gestures as you emphasize different points of the story. And that is something which I think it was very important to make the story, the sharing depth, more precise and more elaborate. And for that, you also need a good expression, and you, Adi, did a good job in showing us all a very good expression. And we are appreciative of that. And because of the expression and gesture, we were able to laugh at a few points because that made the point you was sharing a bit more humorous. And there was a lot of vocal variety. There was a lot of vocal variety. Like I said, the tonality was up and down, so there was a lot of variety. And the topic was on the point. And you shared that your communication style is initiative communication style. And that is something we appreciate, right? And also, I just want to share one last point. You said, mentioned that you have a issue on being in the stage because of anxiety. When you have come to the stage and talk in front of people, kind of get anxiety. Let me tell you something. You did. I don't think so. I don't think so. If it was not mentioned, I don't think so. Anyone else would have believed that. Right? Except for I saw that you perspire, and I only noticed that when you went back. And why? Because when I was trying to see what was there shining in the face. Is that a cream or something? Oh no, actually it's spray. Okay, and you had drank water, which because of dry throat. So that all showed, but right. So what you can work on is you can actually walk more stage, right? And that will actually beautify whatever you're sharing your speech even more, even further, and also the pace. So you said earlier, because of you being an initiative communicator, you tend to go fast. The pace tend to go fast when you share things. So what you can do during your sharing is also you can tend to slow down, or you can pause in certain points, and that will vary the pace also. Overall, in conclusion, you nailed it, Ali. So thank you very much for joining us. Let's give a round of applause to Ali. Oh. Okay, so thank you, Sanjeev Balan, for sharing the evaluation. So next, I'm going to invite the next evaluator who's going to share the evaluation for Nur Zafrina, who will share the title "Meaning is only half of it, fun is the other half." So a bit about Ramesh Subbaraman, DL1, who is the evaluator. Ramesh is an IT professional in BlackRock. He believes in and follows the code of which action speaks who you are. He loves to make more friends, being a good entertainer and also more friends, be it informally or formally. So without further ado, let us invite Ramesh Subhana to share the interview.
I don't have to ping anyone, right? I will just have to look at the background, what Alicia is going to change, right? Okay, timer, before you start, I would like to take one second to speak one thing. Like I'm really happy to see Murthy sir after a very long time. Welcome, sir. Maybe later after this meeting, we can have a offline speech. Yeah, hi. Okay. Timer, you are ready? Once you say okay, I will start. Oh, phone got locked. Just a second. Okay. First of all, good evening, everyone. First of all, I really congratulate Zafrina for the consistent effort on every meeting. She is really doing one speech for sure. So that's really a consistent effort she is really making in every chapter meeting for her career in Toastmasters journey. And I really liked, like any storytelling, the important metrics, what we really have to think on is the 4 Ps. The 4 Ps are people, place, plot, and purpose. So when I speak about the people are Zafrina, her sister, and her relatives. And place is, yes, Sentosa, another go-karting location. And the plot is a conflict and journey, go-karting incident and the narration and the stories behind that. And the purpose is, why should we care about this story? What is in it for us? What is the learning from this story for us? I really like that speaker really brought her personal diary and the photo image with the helmet, speaking about the stories behind that. To start with, I really liked what a disclaimer to start with. She said that I'm going to share only one incident from this diary, and other incident I'm not going to share because it's going to be private and confidential. So what a disclaimer to start with. And speaker really the other stories I really liked it, the way speaker mentioned that it was really very much in line with the title. What she has kept is like, she on the first time she went for a go-karting, yes, she won the second place. She always wants to win the first place, but she won at the second place, but still she had fun with her sister, and it gave her a good learning, because the subsequent visit again for the go-karting, she was so calm and composed and very relaxed. Though she won second place even for the second time, but still she was a bit calm, very composed and relaxed, and she really had fun. And she was really narrating the memorable moments, what she had during that fun event. Now coming back to what can be improved further on this. I'm telling you, storytelling is really an art. I still remember I'm really weak on storytelling. Whenever I tell story to my younger one, always after few seconds or few minutes, I fall asleep, and my son used to follow up on the subsequent day to complete the story. So storytelling is really an art. So two recommendation I would like to really tell to Zafrina is, number one is, especially when speaking about the go-karting, it seems to be a passion for her. Maybe especially when speaking about the excitement, maybe could have improved the vocal there. Like, hey, it was so exciting for me to go for go-karting. So something like that, it will keep the audience so lively, especially for the storytelling. The second thing I would like to recommend is to focus more on the vocal variety, especially during the storytelling. It was really well narrated speech, well delivered speech. Looking forward to see the subsequent speeches in our chapter meeting. And once again, congrats for your consistent and so sincere commitment for your Toastmasters journey. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I would like to invite evaluator Srinivasan Entry to share his evaluation for illegal medical on the age of cryptocurrencies. Before I invite him to the screen, the stage, I would like to share a small introduction about Srinivasan. Srinivasan is a bachelor Toastmaster of 13 years who loves public speaking, training, and engineering. With that, let's welcome Srinivasan.
Good afternoon, everyone, and especially Giridhar. Thank you for an informative speech. And one of the purposes of the project was for you to talk about an unfamiliar or something totally new to an audience who is also unfamiliar with you. So I would not say that we are totally unfamiliar with you, but now because you have moved back to India, maybe we are slightly at a long distance. But what I thought was you handled the topic very well. It is something that is like not a run-of-the-mill topic. It was cryptocurrency. I mean, everyone talks about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, everything, but nobody seems to know exactly what the hell is cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, right? Even though like some governments are for it and some governments are against it, and a lot of information. And you were able to like, I think you've done a lot of research to collect that information and you are able to present it. But what I would suggest is, make it more interactive. Like if you were really doing a presentation in front of a group of investors, I think you would have lost half of them by the time you were halfway into your speech. So it's very important if you're going to present something like cryptocurrency or financial stuff, you should make it more humane. That means there should be a connect within you and the audience. I think you had given us a lot of information, but did I feel connected with you on the cryptocurrency part of it? I don't think so. So I thought maybe you could work on that part of it. Like you should have presented this information to us like we were a group of investors. I know we don't look like real investors, but at least you could have imagined that we are a group of investors and then you could have pitched that story with us. At the end of the day, the idea was for you to sell the idea of cryptocurrency to us, right? So I thought maybe you could work on that part of it, make it more interesting and make it such a way that we want to like open out our checkbooks and sign up checks and give it to you to invest in the cryptocurrency part of it. So I thought that is something you could work upon and the connect between you and the audience. And then other thing which I thought is also important for you to become a better speaker is your volume was monotonous. Like for example, right, today is Mahalaya Masa. I've been fasting from morning and I went to do my Pitru Puja. I just came back from the Changi beach. So in fact, if I was not the evaluator, I think I maybe would have dozed off. That is why I'm trying to say you should have maybe made a little bit more interesting by varying your pitch. And just now we were talking about the other speakers also, right? So make it more interesting. Like you come, you talk in a different way. Like when you talk about, you said that there's no taxes on the profit. Make it more interesting to me. Deliver it in a different way. And you know what? There is no taxes for the profits that you make out of cryptocurrency. That would have driven the message. I would have like my eyes would have opened up and said, okay, I must put the investment right there. So that's something we need to work upon as speakers, like where to vary it and how to dangle the hook properly and stuff like that. So other than that, I think you're a good speaker and all the best to you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Srinivasan, for sharing the evaluation. So now next we are going to go to the next segment, which is the Timers Report by ATM Ajay. Let us put our hands together to welcome ATM.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Again, good afternoon to Club President, to members and guests. Well, the timing report today is not so bad. Okay, I have to congratulate all the evaluation speakers. They did a very good job. Did very detailed evaluations. So the first evaluators, Toastmaster Fajar Zafarullah, SR1, he spoke in 3 minutes and 27 seconds. The next evaluator, Sanjeev Balan, EC3, he spoke in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So he there's such a word. He spoke out of the limit. And the third evaluator, Ramesh Sugavanam, ER1, he spoke for 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Finally, the last evaluator, Toastmaster Srinivasan, EM3, he spoke for 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So unfortunately, even though they all spoke very well, we only have 2 evaluator speakers who spoke within the time limit. So one thing good, don't have to vote. But you can put inside your heart as evaluator.
I think Vasu did very well.
Yeah. So we give them all a round of applause for doing very well. Next time, when you evaluate, please be mindful of the time. That's all. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you.
Open.
So thank you, Mr. Chair, timer, for giving us time the evaluation segment. Now, the next segment is I'm going to invite, actually, not going to invite because we don't have that R counter reporter. And if that was the R counter reporter, there will be many R's which will be pointed out. Yes, especially by the TNB, the Toastmaster. So let us remain as a child and make as many R's as possible only for today. So let us now move on to the next segment, which is the meeting summary. Meeting summary by the president of Whampoa Toastmasters. Can we invite Sanjeev Balan? Okay. So thank you everyone for attending this meeting for today. This 224 chapter meeting by Whampoa Toastmasters Club was a fruitful one with you all of one. And I would like to thank all the speakers, evaluators, table topic speakers, and also the guests for coming together to make this a fruitful and beautiful event. And definitely your speaking have enlightened or gave some ideas for some of us, or maybe all of us. So with that, I would like to, what else would I do? Me? Oh, Vina. Oh yeah. So there's nothing much for me to share or to summarize on this meeting. So now I'm going to go next to the ribbon presentation for this chapter meeting. So now ribbon. Oh, there's no ribbon. Oh yeah, the ribbon is locked. It's kept. Yeah. Okay. So there's no ribbon, but we will be announcing the winner, and then we will just appreciate and acknowledge the winner. So, am I the one who is supposed to share? Yeah. I share and then I will acknowledge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What? What a handshake with President. Wow.
Okay. Now, so right now I'm going to share the winner for the prepared speech. So before I announce the winner, I would like to give some drum. And the winner for the prepared speech is person who says that he has anxiety. Oh. But he won this great speech. Let us give a round of applause. Ali.
Yeah, cozy. We will send you the ribbon.
Yeah.
That means you have to come and visit our club.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next is I'm going to announce this winner for the table topics segment. And the winner for the table topics segment is Rabu. None other than Java Ajarullah.
Okay.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you. Okay, so next I'm going to share the winner for the evaluation segment. Actually, the winner is all of us, right? Happy? All the winners? Yes. Yeah, okay, great. So, thank you very much for thank you very much for all these speeches and evaluation, and also the table topics segment of speaking sharing with us your topic. So now we are going to take a group photo.
Because I just want to clarify. When Adi walked in just now, he that's why he's from Guru Pada. Yes. I couldn't recall him seeing a Guru Pada. Just wondering whether you go TikTok sale. Yes, I know. Celebrity. And you sell beer. Yes. Now wonder. Next time we sell us okay. Maybe next time I put Whampoa, then you must give discount. Yeah. We need to find a number of times the number of that.
Okay. One means near Jurong East side. Behind that.
So sometimes you do also. Suggest you shall do it on that Friday of the
So if Whampoa Toastmaster will come and say Whampoa will get discount.
Yes.
Okay, so the code is Whampoa Toast TMC.
Yes.
Okay. This is only for Whampoa members. Okay, so before we close the meeting and take a group photo, I would like to ask any feedback.
Can we ask Murthy sir to speak? Can we ask Murthy sir to speak anything because he hasn't spoken anything?
After a long time.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. My name is Murthy. I've been with Toastmasters for the past few years. And when Japa and we started with Whampoa Toastmasters Club. Today I'm here by Club Director of Quality Control. I am a spy looking after the quality of meetings conducted by Whampoa Toastmasters Club. Since I attended last, maybe about 2 years back or 1 year back, due to some family commitments and other things, I was not able to attend the meetings. And I'm happy to see still members continue with a Toastmaster meeting going on. And when I heard Adi's table topic speech, it's really a good speech he delivered. And with Boston and Jaffa still going on as an effective evaluator, I always used to appreciate Dave. But today, I think he's slightly off the color. It's nice to see Toastmasters, and I thought I've been planning for many months. In fact, every such case seems to be a very tight schedule for me. Even today, I was there with PA Seminar 2023, and there was it actually in Japanese, one Japanese hub. So I was there at 2:30. Then I had to go to Lithuania. On the way, I just thought probably, yes, let's go. But I made a mistake. I did not bring the code. So I had to go back home. So I don't like to go to Toastmasters without this. So that's the reason I was a bit late. If not, I would come on time at 2:30. Because our meeting still, I presume, it starts at 2:30, right?
Yes.
Nice to see you all. I don't want to keep you all waiting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster today, and thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for the feedback. Anyone else have any feedback for today's meeting? Correct.
Are they feedback for you? I guess. No, I don't know. Okay.
Okay. So if there's no other feedback, how about the online speakers? Yeah, that's what we do.
Yes, Sanjeev, just one input.
Yes.
Actually, all this time, whenever I was looking for titles in the speech, I actually now use ChatGPT. I put my entire speech text in that platform and it will suggest a suitable title. So for Alicia DTM, maybe she does not have to think about what is a suitable title. You just have to put that text in that platform and it will suggest a suitable title.
All right. Great. Okay, Alicia, that's for you.
He says now you don't even have to think about titles. ChatGPT will think for you.
Yeah.
Okay, understand.
Okay, so if there's no other feedback from anyone, let's close this chapter meeting and let's take a.
Hey guys, wait, we take a group picture with you guys also, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, wow. Go ahead, go ahead.
Just put
Good.
two of them, pin both of them. No, if you can
Good,
pin
good,
both of
good.
them. Yeah.